Hey everybody! So this is day 3 of my 90-day challenge reboot. Today had had a meeting with Coach on module 3 of the implementation. So and then the next steps going into module 4, which is actually creating an implementation plan. So I've gone through the training video that leads into that. That's the first step of that module, and I'm really excited about it. I feel that there are well, there are a lot of tools that been given that you don't get through traditional education. Um, so I'm really appreciative of that. In fact, see, yesterday, there was a live uh, training session, and it had Jeff Lerner on there. And one of the things that came up was Entre has a family training program, and I hadn't heard about it, uh, but immediately when that was mentioned, and it was mentioned briefly, uh, man, I tell you, I was really excited because the things that the things that you're taught in the Entre program, and I'm sure there are other programs, there are other people that are talking about this. And in fact, within the Entre program, they give you or point you to resources of other entrepreneurs in the space, that have incredible insights. You know, they and it's almost funny saying that because it can be something, and to me, most often it is. It's like, well, what you think is going to happen, or what you tell yourself about yourself, is how things will roll out. And to me, I hear that and I'm like, well, yeah, I okay, I get that. It's almost obvious, and that was a little bit more, maybe a not so obvious example, but yeah, there are others. I can't think of one right now, but there are others, and it's like they're they're obvious, but then again, it's like, even though they may be obvious to us, we don't live those principles, the things that are being taught, and that's the key, right? It's knowing it is one thing, but living it, that's another. So you could sit and you can listen to the trainings and everything all day long, for months on end, and be the most trained person ever. But if there isn't an implementation within your life that's applying what you're learning, the training means nothing. So something could be obvious to you, but if you've never applied any effort towards using that, it does nothing for you, right? So, so my next step within this whole process is actually coming up with my implementation plan for the next 12 weeks. That's, well, mm, actually 12 months. 12 months is the assignment, and then I go over 12 weeks with my coach. Um, on the next call. Well, not the next call will be a group call, and then there will be individual calls talking about uh, the plan. It's my plan, right? And talking to the implementation coach, we'll be going over a smaller, like the next 12 weeks. Um, but the implementation plan is, it's to me, it's a keystone in your effort as an entrepreneur, because if you don't have the plan, if you don't have the roadmap, it's like, if your destination is Denver and you're in Atlanta, and you don't have something telling you where you go next, you know, get on 75, go north to whatever. I don't know what it is. But if you don't have someone or something telling you, okay, now it's time to do this. All right, now it's time to do this, you're not going to get there, right? And that's what the implementation plan is. It's your roadmap to success. It's what's telling you, okay, well, at this point, I will be doing this. This is the goal that this will get me. Well, let me back up. It's like, this is my goal for this period of time. And then during this period of time, I'm going to break it up in smaller sections, like it'd be a 90-day quarterly period of time. I'm going to break it up into week sections. I'm going to say, okay, well, week 1, I should be doing this. Week 2, I should be doing this. Week 3, I should be doing this. So then when I get to the end of the 90-day period, those actions within my weeks will add up, or will get me to my goal, get me to my destination for that 90 days. And of course, the 90 days, the quarters will add up to get me to my yearly goal. Right. So, another thing that was been brought up is coaching and mentorship, and mastermind. In Entre, they offer both of those. They, for most people, I would say they're not inexpensive, but that's not to say that they're not worth the money, right? One of the things I knew already, right? But the the experience with Entre so far has really reiterated with me is that the coaching, even group coaching, because within the implementation module you have an implementation coach, and you meet with him or her, and for every module you go through, you have a call at the end of the module, and that meeting is in a group setting. So I think on average there have been 9 to 10 other people on the call with me. So, but that coaching really, at the very least, what it has done is it's driven me to take the actions that I'm supposed to take, go through the modules, do the homework, and then register for the next call. It's driven me to do that. So even just that, I think I would say for me especially, and I would probably think for a lot of people out there, having that accountability, right? That's what it comes down to. Accountability is just like someone going to the gym, right? If you have a personal trainer and you schedule sessions with that personal trainer twice a week for the next 6 weeks, well, more than likely, most of us will go to the gym twice a week for the next 6 weeks. Twice a week is not a whole lot, but the point is, having that accountability holds us to our commitments, right? And going through this implementation training, having the implementation coach, having the group calls after the modules, that has held me accountable for my commitment, which was progressing through the program. So I've done that, and that's, like I said, it's just the value of coaching has always been something that I was appreciative of. Uh, Doing variable sports while I was growing up. Doesn't matter how good you are, the best in the world, they have coaches. So if you want to continue to be good, if you want to continue to progress in whatever it is you're doing, then a coach is, in my mind, it's first and foremost, as far as your tools, right? So Entre has it's only solidified that with me, and has allowed me to see it within the context of business. Like I said, I had it within the context of sports, but within the context of business, didn't really have it. So I think it's a good thing. Like I said, it's not going to be cheap. I mean, really, if it's cheap, you got to ask yourself, what are you getting? But that's a decision I'll be making within the next week, I would think. But anyway, that is the video for today. Hope you guys, liked it, or hope I provided some value to your day. If I did, please like and subscribe below so you get notified when next video comes up. Leave your comments. I would love to get comments, and I promise you I will engage. But anyway, until tomorrow, you guys have a great night.